Okay, it's Daily Warzone final time. Let's see. So Daily Warzone final Friday, 22nd February 2013, 34 event, 2135 average rating. I'll mention it in the stream room. Okay. And right, it's one of the toughest tournaments available daily on Chesscube around 6 o'clock UK time. So it's going to be starting in about 30 seconds. Time control 2 minutes. In this tournament there are 100 prizes. To get your 1000 qubits back you need to be in the top 34. 1000 qubits to enter. An experience level of 30 is needed. Okay, there's a time handicap. The higher rated you are, you get less of the available time. Okay, starting shortly. I covered on the channel today another Kasparov game against Anand, but I think a lot of it was opening preparation. But it was brilliant nevertheless. But preparation, I think, because Kasparov only spent a few minutes on all his moves, so the role of preparation is huge in serious chess. Can be. Okay, so starting very shortly. So 46 now I've entered. 2123 average rating. Tazik, I think I'll offer him a draw. Usually offer him a draw. Is he going to play? He's going to accept a draw. He's very good in the mornings. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. M Waters, okay. Let's try French defense. It is then. Burn the variation to start off the tournament. Can I get the G file? Use the G file later. Oh, he's playing quite thematically. That's a bit worrying. I think he knows what he's doing. Knight that, I think that blocks in the knight. I was just looking at that block. No, he's got knight c3. It doesn't block in the knight. It's okay. But I'm sort of comfortable for the moment. Maybe unwisely so, because he's playing all the right moves and I've just dropped a pawn there. Whoops. Why did I just drop a pawn? A6 pawn, he didn't take it. Let's protect that in retrospect. Okay, c5 is possible, I hope. I got a dark square bishop here to try and emphasize on the diagonal. I've got this b file which may be handy, I hope. Okay, so I just slip back to protect that for a moment. Okay, I can throw in a check to get my rook on b file. In fact, rook takes b3 might be good for queen a5. But he plays bishop f3 immediately. Or this. Let's go back somewhere. I can't avoid. I don't want to lose c5. I can put pressure on c4 and double on the b file now. In fact, rook b3 there would have been interesting. Okay. He's a bit shorter on time here, but I'm missing that lovely light square bishop, and I've just dropped c5. He's not taking it. Would he take it here? Because actually b2, it will be in my favour not to lose the queen, actually. Whoops. Oh man, gotta be kidding. Okay, the back row's a bit weak. King's got to protect a5. Oh dear, I know it's desperate. He's only got 27 seconds. I've messed this up big time. Oh man. 20 seconds. Doesn't look good. Losing the rook now to knight c5 nearly. Oh, what a bad start to the tournament. Nine seconds. I don't think my king's going to get away with this. 7. I've lost 4 minutes. Bad start to the tournament. From a position I had rook b3 at some point as well. Not touch it again, no! Oh! Shame! So trying to get a reasonable position here, I hope. Can I go for a quick hack attack? I've got to try and make up for the last game. I know it's gambling, but if I can try and make up for the last game, try and win quickly somehow. But I could end up losing another game here. But on the other hand, okay. If bishop f5, maybe I castle. Oh, that paid off. That whatever that was. Don't know. Fishing pole. Okay, with castling. Okay. So play a normal opening for a change. D4 rather. Actually, queen c2 would be good. Imzoinjin territory. Maybe bishop g5. Okay, he's putting pressure on the centre. Can I reinforce d4 here? If he plays bishop a5, maybe d takes c5. Okay, doesn't matter about that pawn. I'll just take it back just in case. Okay, his queen can shift across to h5. Would it be really dangerous? I'm hoping not. I've got e5 under control, so can I just kick that without getting mated? Can I actually go for rook b5 to evict the queen in style, and also put pressure on b7? So I think this is looking good, and he's a bit lower on the clock. This position actually looks good. Maybe I should try d4 more often. So rook b5 looks absolutely excellent to chase his queen. Maybe I can't just take that here. I'll pin it for a moment. Mind you, a6. But just go for an exchange sack. It looks good enough for a pawn. Oh, that's a bit of a pain. I have to stop being mated, so queen g6, I can take it and take the bishop. Right. I get on to let's get the queens off and try and use the G file. I'll put my king on f3, and then I would have rook g1 and e6 potentially. So king f3 gives me rook g1, e6 after. Nearly threatens. Oh, it's check, winning the bishop. Oh, I missed that. Oh man, that would have been really painful. Let's get the king out of these checks from that evil knight. Knight d3. Okay, let's kick this knight again and again. I can take it back in the game. So f5 now, and then e6. Okay. Get the rook behind the pawn for a moment. Okay, so I get the king over there, or f4, f5 for rook e6, or fe. Okay, e7 is now good. Oh, okay, I don't want to lose my queen. Wouldn't have thought it's a stalemate. Okay, rank 14. Can I recover? It's early days from that first game. But it's such a shame to lose a 4-minute game at the start of the tournament. It's not my favourite start. It's got to be sad. Especially in the burn variation. I've practiced the burn variation so much. To lose in one of my favourites in the French defence. I was looking at this French defence expert, Wolfgang Ullmann, in fact, French defence expert. I was looking at a few of his notable games earlier, and I was thinking of covering some. And okay, so just earlier today, French defence. So what's going on here? Knight h4 and f3 might be good. We're just coming in for this f3 for queen h3. It's got knight g5, knight g5. Can I evict this queen? If I play rook f5, trying to evict the queen maybe with g4 or something. How would I evict it? He wins the knight. There is a check here which might be useful to keep hold of g5. Maybe not. He's going to win g5. Then that knight's loose. I just did a pre-move of some sort, which wasn't that clever. This gets worse. Oh man, what did I do? What a shame. It's slaughter time. I give up, I think. Or hang on, just play this just in case. Queen c2. Do I get any cheapos? I've got queen d3 eyeing h7. Maybe he'll miss that. He can play. He could have played check there on knight e6. That's pretty good. There's queen d5. There's queen f6. This is still slaughter time because his rook's coming in. Mind you, h7 is covered. And he blundered, I was counting on a terrible, horrific blunder. Not really believing he'd do that, but he did. I've stolen victory from defeat, from a completely lost position. Okay, and that puts me at rank 7. Oh, theft. Results theft. Undeserved, I know. Bonus, okay. Rank 5. Dreamwalker, offer him a draw. He won't accept. I think he's dangerous, okay. I'll play this system. I played white against it the other night. Something kind of similar. Can I play f5 for f4? Is that too dangerous? He might take, he might use this diagonal. My king goes to f8, does it matter? I get f4 in. If I get f4 in here, because then knight d5 I'm on h4. Okay, interesting. Now if I castle in f3, is that any good? Because that gives me knight d4, knight e2. Also bishop h3, bishop g2 would be a mating kind of thing. So knight e2, bishop h3 coming up. Or attack this bishop, not like that. Bishop h3 here. Just to try and win the exchange. He takes on d4 though. He's going to sack the exchange, isn't he? He's got a huge knight on d5. Unfortunately, this is painful, isn't it? Because that exchange sack is not bad at all. I don't really know what I can do against this monster knight. So this is not good. Grovel? Let's see. I don't know. Monster knight, and he's got mating attack on the cards as well. No, it's not good. Just okay. I'm actually that does protect h7, but bishop e6, and maybe there's rook f2, then queen e6. Okay, let's keep some hope. If I undermine the knight with this, is that something or not really? There's the b file. So bishop e6 has rook f2. Just trying to undermine this knight. It's coming in for there's rook f5 here. Queen d5. G takes. Maybe it's better than before. If I take on d3 first, then queen d5, g takes. Well, there's rook f2 here. What is he doing? Is this still winning for white? Queen, just get rid of the queens. There's a check. Anything stronger? c3, then c takes b. How would he defend that? Let's move. I don't know. I don't know the answers. 17 seconds. Knight g6, king g8. I've got rook f1 coming up. If he takes off the queens, that can't be that bad. I've got to go into pre-move. I've only got 17 seconds. So I think king g8 on knight g6 and just hope for the best for rook f1. Queen f2 coming up. Rook f2. Oh, it's mating. It's mating. Been a bit lucky in this tournament. That was again stealing a win from defeat, I think. Second time. So rank 4. I thought that knight was too impressive on d5 there. Far too impressive, that exchange sack. If only he'd let me bishop g2, I'd have held on to f3 there. Let's play Morris Smith. Oh no, he didn't. I could have played d5. Let's try and play for d5 anyway if he takes. Maybe queen d4 is good. F3, a little gambit again on this side of the board to get this knight deployed. Or not. Gives me an F-file dynamic. If I have that F-file dynamic, bishop c4, castling, its development's inhibited for e6. Now d6 and then knight g5, doesn't that test it? Then I want to play bishop f7. Let's go for it. So queen c4 here looks crushing. I know it's really, really crude stuff, but I think he played this slightly wrong. Yes. Oh, blimey. I'm leading the tournament after that ridiculous bishop f7. Okay. This setup again. Can I play for h5? I've played this in a long game, believe it or not. I drew. Where white's castled maybe a bit too quickly. h2 and bishop h3, don't tell me. No, it's not working there. Okay, what about trying to get this e5 square? Still, it might be dangerous. Or am I dreaming? f4. Okay. Possibly not. Can I get any compensation at all? He's on my poor pawn here. Not too many options really. Okay, I can take on c4. Has he got a crushing move here? He could play bishop f4. Yeah. I can try this. Okay, there is a check. There's a check on b2 here, but rook f2. c2, I don't know, this pawn. It looks pretty hopeless now, I've got to say. Pretty hopeless. Can I get rid of the queens? He's going to win that pawn. Maybe I get my king to e6 and win e5. Best case. I'm down on the clock. I have got rook b8 though on the upside. This looks completely gone actually, this position. I wonder, I haven't got any play here, or have I got this pawn if he gives me it? No, his a pawn is winning. He just plays bishop c1. And then I'm done for because there's nothing here. His a pawn is simply winning. What about c5 trying to undermine e5? Hold on a sec. That's still on the cards. So that gives me b2. Put that in as the pre-move. Can I come back for these pawns? Is this a miracle in progress? Don't tell me. Draw bishop g7. I can still got d4 for a7 or my king. He's going to get rid of every last pawn, so I can only have a draw here. I'm going to offer a draw here. I think it's clearly a draw now. And he's wasting both our time. Draw. Thanks. So rank 5. That was a done for position. I can't believe it. Okay, so Hunk. I'm trying to attack. Actually, knight e5 might be on the cards when I castle. So he plays d6, but then the bishop on c5 is now a target for a3 and b4. So he plays a5. What about d4? So he plays b5. Otherwise the bishop's kind of trapped. Was this a bit of magic there? I think he just lost the piece. So something like queen f3, eyes a8. So if he takes queen a8, but now I don't know, bishop f6 and knight d5. I'm threatening knight b6. If queen c6, knight e7, I can just open up things, surely. Okay. Okay. Franco. I think let's play a dragon. If I get to play a dragon, that'd be fun. Or not. Nope, knight c3 Sicilian it is. With f5 just to try and block. And then expand on the queen side. He's going to go for my bishop. I want to keep it. So I think bishop d7, then b5, b4. Or knight d4 just to hold against d4. So once I get b5, b4 in, or maybe just bishop c6 just to try and weaken white on the light squares. Can I provoke this exchange? Light square bishop. Okay, so now if I play in the centre with e5, mind you this g5 is a little bit dangerous. The knight is not that easy to attack right now, I hope. Mind you, knight f6. Oh, there's knight f3 winning exchange. That's handy. But knight f6, if I take king f7, his queen's not on a light square. So rook g7, king f6. Well, now just it's looking good. What's this? I've got rook e2 pin. Quite brutal. Rook e2 now. Okay, so I'm somehow getting some games, some interesting games. Shigurin. He's not going to accept a draw, is he? Okay. Play this system. It's a King's Indian attack system. It was one of Fischer's favourites when he was starting off, before he learnt tons of opening theory in the Sicilian and King's Indian. There's a simple plan to it, relatively simple. Mind you, he's on C. That's a bit of a pain. He's weakening my. How do I defend C3? I'll just take it. Oh, what a muppet! I'm such a muppet. Why did I do that? Oh. I can nick a pawn here. Then there's knight c6. Doesn't do anything. Queen e8. Okay, so my knight's in trouble. So I'm trying to open up this bishop. Maybe something like knight g5 is going to be interesting. Yeah, for knight e5 attacking the queen and this bishop. He's got queen b5 there. Does it matter about queen b5? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just take on a8. Can I get back my exchange at least? So I just want to take on d3, take on a8. I don't think there's anything better. Try and target d6. Got my exchange back anyway. So is rook d1, is it any good at all? So I take that. I've got my pawns over there. I'm going to attack c5. Is he going to defend c5? Can I just try and use these pawns? I'm going to lose both of them. I'm going to get that past a pawn, but he's got loads of pawns over here. Oh man! Alright, that's just winning. He's got c3. What a blunder. Okay, that's a shame. Bishop d4 blunder. Probably a bad position. Mark Anton. Try and make this a gambit. It's a pretty bad gambit as gambits go, because I don't really know what compensation there is. If there was compensation, it might be quite something to it. But okay, bishop c5. Is there something? Queen b6. Queen b6 seems handy. Might as well use f2 for a moment. Okay. Just queen b4. I suppose bishop d2, queen goes back to d6, bishop c5. We'll go back to e7, bishop c5. Okay. That's alright. Will I play b5, knight c3 coming up? Or bishop, what about just bishop d7? And bishop d7 just on that knight for a moment. So if he wants to win that, okay, I'll put this bishop back. How about knight f4? Knight f4 here. My knight's controlling e5 for a moment. So can I not just take that? If I just get the king out of here from it, f3. f3 does threaten mate. Rook e1, bishop e3. Interesting. Well, there's knight f3. So I think maybe just simply get the queen out. Well, not just knight e3. Isn't that just altogether simpler? Then there's actually g5, g4, g5, knight f5. Okay. Well, there's bishop b8. Oh, there's knight g6 winning the queen. Oh man, that's a shame. Ouch. Oh dear, oh dear. That was some tactic to miss. Can this rook come in d6 to f6 or not? Oh, knight h7, it's all collapsing. My luck run out some time back in this game. I've got Rook G7 to look forward to. That's not much to look forward to. With 18 seconds left, I could resign it, but okay, Bishop G6. Did he drop a piece there? Oh, this Bishop E4 is interesting. I'm on F8 for a moment. 10 seconds. A bit in Zugzwang, unfortunately. I've only got 1 second. Oh, it's me that's only got 1 second. Ow! I couldn't even get him on time. Where did 7 seconds appear? Oh well, that was oh dear, oh dear. Can't believe it's C4. Sometimes this is okay. Sometimes this is terrible. If I play knight E5, I'm losing D4 now, so this is on the terrible side already. Whoops. C5, Bishop C4, or E6 is under fire. Did he give me something there? Or Bishop D5? It's Bishop D5. So I've got this passed pawn, which probably doesn't mean a thing. I've got pressure on D4, which means Queen D4. Maybe Rook D4. Actually, there's a back row issue to take, so I've got that pawn for a moment longer. So can I bring my king in somewhere? If I try and get F5 protected, that gives me Rook E6 when his king goes for my rook. So I've got Rook E6 there. Is my king crawling up or Rook E4? Okay. Oh, he goes behind the pawn. Check and check. Does my pawn proceed? Not yet. It's King D8. Ow. King D8. King go like this, rugby style, into the position. On G7 finally. So that supports F6. And it's all over. Okay, so 21 minutes. Dramatic. Oh, pick any pawn, randomly push it. Can I get a Greek gift? That's always good for a quick win. A Greek gift. It's stopping it already with H3. It's really annoying. What about Bishop H3 sack? And he's going to castle queenside to add to the torture of the situation. What about Queen E7 for attacking over there? Castling queenside. That bishop g3, that's an obvious move. Bishop g3, just to stop him castling. Not so bad. Not so bad. What about rook f8? Coming up. Oh, h4, just trying to undermine his f4. Have I just taken them rook f4? Or just e5, trying to get the position opened a bit. For d4 would be good for e3. Well, there's knight g4 double discover check. And there's e3, there's knight f2. Oh, there's bishop g4 is check. He had check, he had bishop g4 check. Oh, okay, bit of luck. Crept in there. Okay, if I pin this, I can take that. So actually, I can do this, pinning that again. There's also knight e4 check for knight e7. If I just block that pawn, or just rook f1. Okay, surely there's something going on here. Knight e4 gives me knight e7. I can pin that one. So 2 pins, pin and win. Actually, that pin's not been respected, so I'm going to take the queen. Okay. So what's going on here? This is a bloodthirsty tournament here in progress. Not too many grandmaster draws in this tournament. I was looking at almond games with knight e7 instead of c5 just earlier today. Yeah, knight e7 was preferred to c5 immediately. And he's taking the pride of my position, this beautiful light square bishop, so no Greek gifts in this game on h7. Can I use this h-pawn instead? Simon Williams h-pawn, knight g5 and h5, or h5 and knight g5. Can I beat someone on 2 points? I mean, sometimes this is really tricky. Sometimes they're really, really strong and I'm underestimating or something. g4, g5. He wants to get rid of my queen as well now. Does it matter? Could the attack rage on? I can't bank on it. I'm going to avoid the exchange there. Now every time g5 there's knight f5. Oh, let's get the queens off and use the g5. If I play queen e2, get the queens off. That means that now g5 there's knight f5 hitting the rook. Okay, so bishop, give me a nice diagonal for the bishop. Can't complain about that one. Can't complain about g5 here. I've got some target practice on g7. g7 will fall. One pawn is going to fall here. Oh, bishop d6 would have stopped king c7 to get his rook out. Why didn't I play bishop d6 first? Oh, he's resigned here. So I'm back on the thing here. Right. I think I'll offer a draw. He's 2-3-3-2. He's not going to accept. Okay. Now there was an example in the advance with a c4 being played after queen b6. I think here it's more appropriate to take on d4. try and close up. Or is it? Going to find out. If I go for knight f7 now and try and target this e5 pawn, or the c4 square could be useful. If I get a knight to c4 without being smashed in the centre, that's not a bad place for a knight. If I ever play bishop g7, he's got bishop a3, so I'm going to just stick it there. Maybe h6 and g5 in this position. Can this be bad? King in there, centre. If I put the king on b8, if he ever plays a5, there's queen b5. If I move the king over to b8, we'll just leave the king there. He's got maybe bishop f5 at some point. Yeah, coming up here, bishop f5 is going to be a thing. So what if I just slide the king over, rook c7, king c8, king b8, getting a bit of time on the clock there. Decision. Okay, get the queens off. That means still bishop f5 is going to be a pain. So let's just, a5 is going to be a pain as well. I'm giving him infiltration point. Is rook b7 tenable? Is g5? Oh no. This looks lost all of a sudden. Mind you, I'm covering a3, which is good news about this position. Knight b5, there's rook c6. Still covering a3. Can I win this c6 to avoid getting mated? So say the knight moves. Okay, is there d4 first, or does it not bother? Does it look as though I'm being mated? Not yet. Maybe knight g4 and I'll try and mate him cheekily. Oh, what is knight e3? Okay, looks good. Protect f5 at least. Okay, so get back to his h pawn. Get my king over to e4 or somewhere. I think, he's undermining everything with king e2. I'm losing every last pawn in the position. That's not what I intended. It's against the rooks. Can I munch his pawns now? Mated. Okay. Blimey. That was fun. Okay. Would it be nice to play a gambit against the touch? Maybe h3 and g4 can still play a gambit. So if he takes, I get e4, e5 in, or if he does not get this g file. So bishop h6, knight h5, knight e5, e4 and bishop c4. What would be good here? I could try this. So knight h5 or knight... There's knight g5 to e6. If he takes knight e6 winning the queen. What does that mean? D5 and queen d4 after? D5 knight b4. A3. Knight moves back. Okay, he's resigned here. Cool! So, I need some quick wins like that. That's pretty cool. .10 minutes, 36 to go. Schliemann, tempted, somehow, don't know why. Sort of King's Gambit in reverse. Clearly, he can take on... No, he didn't. Maybe I should just consider locking up here for bishop g4 to come up as a threat for knight d4 now. That gives me bishop f3 in a good position. I can go queen d7, queen h3. Justifying the whole system, I think. So he takes knight d5, queen h3, knight f6. Alright, let's go with this. Knight f3 now threatened. Also knight g4 threatened. Okay, so he stopped both. If I play h5, I get both back. Knight g4 at least. If he gives me the g file, that's dangerous as well. Doesn't matter about c7. So 9 minutes 14 to go. Currently rank 4. Getting the h2 attack. Also knight f3. There's no checks here. It's knight f3. Takes with the queen, only move. Okay. I'm climbing up. This guy's dangerous, this guy's dangerous. Well, they're all dangerous there. King's Gambit? I'm going crazy with gambits. Going nuts with gambits. Let's play with this one to sack the knight. Okay. Castle queenside time. Bishop d2, castle queenside. What's a few pawns over there? Doesn't matter. Giving one of them back. Already the opening is justified again. This looks good. Cheapo time. Mind you, he could have... Okay, it was check. Now queen f7 threatens bishop. Mate, bishop e6 doesn't help. Queen g4. Want the king back over there. I think I do because check and then bishop e6 after. If I play queen e6, I'm threatening queen f7, bishop e6 without its king escaping. But queen d7's the pain. Oh, he's got queen e8. As queen g7 trying to win the rook, if nothing else. Right, knight f6, hg. I win h7. Oh, I've just dropped the queen. I've just dropped the queen. Oh, muppets. Can I win the queen back with a rook g8? It's still a good position. Just not as good as before. Okay, so try and... Oh, there's a check there. I'm just dropped the bishop as well. Oh, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. Oh. Oh, man. I don't know, is he giving me something here with rook d7? Comedy of errors. What have we got here? I can, I don't know, take on b7. I'll try and, I don't know. What's going on now? I've only got 29 seconds, so if I bring my king up to e6, tragic game. I thought it was all over earlier. Now what am I reduced to? Checks. Can I win d6? Nope. I've got rook c7 on king c5. Oh man, what a sad game. Out of all the games so far, this has to be the most tragic, to lose like this. From that position I had, he was nearly mated. He forfeited on time. That was just too much from the position I had. It's just bullet. It's a relative of bullet chess. That's all I'm saying about this. It's bullet chess. Anything can happen. Okay, 210. Okay, it's too much. I have to erase that game from memory. How do I do that? Blundering the queen, then blundering the bishop is just too much. System unreasonable. Unless he takes on c3, that would have been a bad pre-move. I think that might be interesting. I hope. Knight h5 coming up. I'll take that. Do I get any compensation at all? Well, I'll try and open up that F file again. Oh, the C file. Get the C file. Okay, rook f3 to h3. I'll take that rook. Okay, rook f3 to h3. Oh, rook h3 would have been knight h4, queen f2. Oh, he's winning more material. Rook g1. There's f. No, there's no knight. Nope. I don't know. Right, a retreat. I got him to retreat something. Okay, so can I play for this? Is there bishop f4 there? I don't know. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. What do I do in this position? Panic? Maybe a bishop e1 would have been good. Just to stop knight h4 for sure. Okay, get onto the old h file again. And knight g5. Oh, there's knight g5 now. e4's dropping. Well, if he moves the knight, then queen e5. Is this bishop at all handy at all in this position? Can I do something like bishop e7? Or oh, that's pretty vicious. Oh, whoops. I see. He's got a good point. That's just right. It's cruel, isn't it? Okay, can I play my bishop to over here? Doesn't he play with just rook g2? Tournament's completed actually. Bishop d4 coming up. I would have thought he would have mated me earlier from the position he had, kind of easily. 14 seconds to my 13. Now he's got 11 to my 13. Whoa, 3, 2, 1. Third. Third. Qubits assigned. Oh, what a horrendous tournament. But I do get these things for third, these things flying down. This is terrible. That was just, I got to try and erase all of those games now from my memory. They were so bad. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much. Terrible.